So, I never really tell this story to anyone because, well, people think I'm making it up or whatever. But I swear on everything, this actually happened to me last winter when my parents went to visit my grandma in Florida. I was 17 at the time, and they trusted me to stay home alone for the weekend. Our house is kinda old and sits at the end of this long driveway surrounded by trees. Not super isolated, but not close to neighbors either. Just far enough that if you screamed, nobody would really hear you. The first night was totally normal. I ordered pizza, played video games until like 2 a.m., and then crashed on the couch watching some dumb YouTube videos. Nothing weird. It was the second night when things started getting strange. I remember I had this massive pile of laundry I kept putting off doing. My mom would have killed me if she came back to that mess, so I finally dragged myself to the basement to use the washing machine. Our basement has these tiny windows near the ceiling that look out to ground level. It was dark outside, probably around 8 p.m. I was stuffing clothes into the machine when I got this weird feeling. You know that feeling when someone's watching you? Yeah, that. I looked up at one of those little windows, and I swear I saw a shadow pass by. Just real quick. Could have been anything. A neighbor walking their dog, a deer, whatever. But something about it felt wrong. I finished loading the washer and went back upstairs. I tried to forget about it, made some ramen, and sat down to watch a movie. That's when I heard a noise from the front porch. Sounded like footsteps. Then they stopped. I paused my movie and just listened. Nothing for like 2 whole minutes. Then I heard what sounded like someone trying the doorknob. Real slow and quiet, like they didn't want me to notice. My heart started pounding so hard I could feel it in my ears. I grabbed my phone, ready to call 911, but then I thought maybe I was overreacting. It could have been the wind or something. The porch steps sometimes creak when it gets cold at night. I got up real quietly and looked through the peephole. It was dark, but I could see the porch was empty. I let out this big breath I didn't even know I was holding. For the next hour, everything was quiet. I almost convinced myself I imagined the whole thing. The washer buzzed downstairs, so I had to go move the clothes to the dryer. I really didn't want to go back down there, but I kept telling myself I was being stupid. In the basement, I kept glancing at those little windows. Nothing there. I quickly threw the wet clothes in the dryer and turned to head back upstairs when all the lights went out. Total darkness. I couldn't see anything. My phone was upstairs charging. I froze, not knowing what to do. Then I remembered the circuit. Breaker was on the other side of the basement. I started feeling my way along the wall, trying to reach it. That's when I heard it. Footsteps above me, inside the house, moving across the kitchen floor. They weren't my parents. They weren't supposed to be back for 2 more days. I stopped breathing. The footsteps moved slowly from the kitchen to the living room, then stopped. Like whoever it was, they were listening for me too. I stayed completely still in that dark basement for what felt like forever. Then I heard the basement door at the top of the stairs open. The hinges always squeak. My dad never got around to oiling them. Someone was standing at the top of the stairs. I couldn't see them, but I could feel their presence. They took 1 step down, then another. I pressed myself against the cold basement wall, praying they couldn't hear my heart pounding. I spotted a small window on the far side of the basement. One, I might be able to squeeze through. The person on the stairs had stopped moving. Were they listening for me? I knew I had to make a decision. I took a deep breath and ran for that window as fast as I could in the darkness. I heard rapid footsteps coming down the stairs behind me. I reached the window and pushed it open, the cold night air hitting my face. As I was climbing out, I felt a hand grab my ankle. I kicked hard and pulled myself free, rolling onto the frozen ground outside. I ran to my neighbor's house without looking back once. When the police came to check my house, they found the back door jimmied open. Someone had cut the power from the outside electrical box. They never caught who it was. My parents installed a security system after that. But sometimes, when I'm home alone, I still check those basement windows. And I never do laundry after dark anymore.